Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Kaitlin Hansen.
And I'm Mckenzie Richins.
Mckenzie, I'm so happy to have you here for our first episode together.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
I love it. Well, since this is your first episode, why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I'm Mckenzie Richins. I was going to say my age. I'm
You're
31
like, this is my
years
social
old.
security number. This is my mom's maiden name.
31 years old. My favorite color is green. And me and my husband live in Mill Creek, Utah. And we are pregnant with our first baby. And we know that he is a boy.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I already know some of the answers to these questions, but how many weeks are you?
I'll be 21 weeks on Friday.
Yay! Okay, I love it. Well, for today's episode, we're just going to talk about pregnancy, how it's been for you, talk about body changes. You just had your 20-week anatomy scan, so we'll kind of run through all of that. But okay, so you'll be 21 weeks on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use like any apps or anything? Because my favorite part was like looking and seeing like, oh, my baby's the size of a blueberry or I got like a lion cub one time and I'm like, this is weird.
A lion
Like
cub?
the animal reference made me kind of feel weird. Because I was like, I don't want to know if there's like a penguin in there.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, like equate it to like a cake or a donut or something instead.
Something that's not
Yeah,
living. That'd be
yeah.
great. I do. I use Flow,
Okay,
which
yeah.
I used it before pregnancy
Yeah, for like
too.
menstrual tracking.
Yes. And then you can just change it to pregnancy mode. So I use Flow. And
Love it.
he is the size of a grapefruit.
Oh,
Which I find weird because I don't know if you've noticed this, but when they change some of them are like very long fruits.
yes.
And some of them are very circular fruits.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I think he's going to be a banana next week.
Yeah.
Or
so
like
it,
on Friday.
Feels weird to go from like.
I'm like, okay, so he's skinnier. Like he's
Yeah.
just getting skinnier and then he gets fatter again
Yeah.
and then he's skinny. But yeah, so he's a grapefruit right now.
Cute.
And then on Friday, he'll be a banana.
Oh, I
So.
love that. I love both of those fruits too. So
I always tell Ian, which is my husband, I tell him all the different changes of the fruits.
Yeah.
And he doesn't act happy enough. I'm always like, okay, so you don't care.
you're like, do you realize that this is a spaghetti
that
squash?
it used to be a grape and now he is a lemon.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. But
Do you eat the fruit that you are for that week?
I don't.
You should start that.
Should I?
Yeah.
I don't really think I want to eat a grapefruit, but maybe.
That's fine. Maybe drink some grapefruit juice or don't do that because maybe that's weird. I don't know.
We'll think about it. There's things that I just cannot eat during this pregnancy.
Yeah. Tell me about that. What have been like your food aversions
Oh, well,
and food cravings?
I was one of those special people that was sick until about 18 weeks.
Oh, woof.
So
I'm so sorry.
I'm grateful because I know that it can last longer than 18 weeks. So I'm grateful that it's been better.
Yeah.
But it got better. And I think I kind of just got used to being sick because I was super, super sick at the very beginning of pregnancy,
Yeah.
throwing up every day. But I was on progesterone. So
Okay.
I actually had a miscarriage before this pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
I had a miscarriage. You were actually there through the whole thing.
Yes.
But I had a miscarriage where the baby stopped developing at 8 weeks, 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
And we did not find out until our 10-week scan that they
Yeah.
no longer had a heartbeat. So
I'm so sorry. That's really,
Thank
really
you.
tough.
it's hard. I like to speak about it because I know that it doesn't get spoken about very often
100%.
before
Yeah.
you have a healthy pregnancy. So
Yeah.
I just kind of touch on it. It was very hard at the time, still is, but you kind of come to terms with it. And I love knowing that I'm part of a community.
Totally.
So like knowing that, because I feel like before you don't know that
Right.
like you're 1 in 4
yeah.
miscarriages.
Which, like when I had mine, I had
Yes.
no idea
No
that it was so
idea.
common because I feel like people don't until you have it, and then they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I had one."
Right.
Yeah.
And you also like people, it's just taboo. No one really talks
Yeah.
about it. So then I had a girlfriend who actually has had a couple miscarriages as
Mhm.
well. And she's like, you should just ask about progesterone.
Yeah. Good.
I know that my doctor even is like, there's some voodoo behind it. We don't know if it really does anything. But I was like, you know what?
If
We'll
it
just try.
helps with peace of mind,
Yes.
like that's enough.
But I will warn people who want to try it. It makes you very sick.
Yeah.
More
Oh.
sick than normal.
Just what you want.
Just what you need,
Yeah.
really. So I was on progesterone. I started when I first found out I was pregnant, which I've also found out I was pregnant at 3 weeks, 4 days. So
Okay.
I've been pregnant for about 70 months.
Yeah.
Is what it feels like. So I started taking it right away. I got sick about 5 weeks in.
Yeah.
Throwing up every day. Really couldn't eat anything. Hated carbs. I feel like so many pregnant people are like, I just eat crackers every day.
That was like me. I think my baby was made on pizza and Del Taco bean and cheese burritos.
Right. Well, at first, I loved food. Like Big Macs, give it to me. The first couple weeks, I was like, anything Del Taco, which my husband loves Del Taco. So he's like, oh, that's my baby right there. Like, we're just going to have Del Taco every day. And then something switched and you have to eat because if you don't eat, you're sick.
Yes.
But you don't want to eat because you're sick.
Yeah.
And so I looked at him and I was like, if I have to eat another cracker again, I am going to not only murder you, but just I'm just not going to.
I'm going to lose it.
I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
So we I'm trying to think because I had a few very specific things that I can't even really eat now because I ate it so repetitively in my first trimester. Yeah. I would eat every morning. I'd have to get up and eat cereal. I still do.
Yeah.
I have to eat cereal in the morning because if not, then I can't function. You have to eat.
Yeah.
And then I would make hash browns.
Okay.
So I would, fry hash browns. And then I would put egg. It's a couple eggs in there.
Yeah.
And then some cheese.
Okay, that's good though. That's protein.
Yeah. So I ate that every single day for
So do you never want it again?
No. And I used to love it. I used to eat that as a snack because now I don't exercise and run as much as I did before I was pregnant, but I was a big runner.
Yeah.
And so I would eat that as fuel. Yeah. I loved it. And now I cannot eat it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. So hopefully that will go away. But it is good. It's a good
that's
breakfast.
Good. That's protein. That's good.
I mean, it is not healthy, some may say, but it was
eggs are healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same with potatoes. It's a vegetable.
Yeah, it is.
So I ate that all the time. I also ate strawberries.
Yum.
Would immediately throw them up. So that
not
kind
yum.
of, I mean, I can eat strawberries now.
Okay,
so that's
good.
Fine. But my aversions, probably first trimester, couldn't eat anything meat. Meat was a no-go.
I still am
I'm not a big meat eater in general.
I find myself picking around meat, but like meat flavors.
Yeah. Oh, I understand that.
Yeah. I'm I know that's weird, but it's if I get mostly it's Mexican food. If I'm getting a chili verde burrito, I don't eat the pork, but I love
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to Oh My. Probably you have.
Yeah. Vietnamese food?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll get the vegetable pho.
Yeah.
But I'll get it with beef broth.
Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense to me.
It tastes good.
Yeah.
So anyways, I could eat that.
Yeah.
I guess. But very picky in my first trimester. Would not I tell my husband also. I tell my husband a lot of things, but I tell him that I'm not picky, I'm particular.
Yeah.
Which
I'm going to start saying that.
Thank you. Because I will eat things, but I have to eat it in a certain way that may come off crazy, but it's not.
No.
Because you're just particular.
Yeah.
And that is what strong women do.
Yeah. Exactly.
We have opinions.
Yeah. And we get it done.
Yes.
And we just eat it the way that we want it, and it makes sense.
In a particular way.
I think that's fair.
Thank you. So that was kind of first trimester.
Yeah.
I then started getting very particular cravings. Love pickles. Was on a pickle.
Love pickles. Do you still like pickles?
Yes.
What pickles? Do you have a particular brand?
Yes. Dill pickles.
Has to be dill.
It has to be dill.
None of that bread and butter crap.
But I remember specifically, and I posted this on Instagram because one day I woke up.
I remember this. This is so good.
I woke up and I was like, I need Jimmy John's pickles because Jimmy John's pickles
they're so good. The spears?
Unlike
Sign me up.
Anything. I will just go and get a Jimmy John's pickle.
Just not even the sandwich, just the pickles.
Yeah, just the pickles. Well, it was funny because Tristan, one of our good friends.
Yeah.
Do people know that we're best friends?
Oh, yeah. We're best friends.
Yes. She was a bridesmaid in my wedding. I got married last year.
We should have put that as a disclaimer.
Yeah, sorry. best friends. So we just know everything.
Yeah.
She already knows all these things. But Tristan got in my car, one of our friends, and there was just like 4 wrappers for Jimmy John's. And she's like, you craving sandwiches? I was like, no, these are all pickles. I
That's
just go and buy pickles. But one day I was like, I'm sick of them judging me for just getting pickles. So I ordered 7 pickles because I was like, I'll just eat these throughout the week. I ordered 7 pickles to be delivered to my house and cubed. You have to get them like in the little spheres.
Yeah.
And a man with a monocle and like a curly mustache delivered them to my house, which I have a dog. She's a golden doodle. Very particular too.
Yes.
Very not picky, particular.
Yeah.
And she lost her mind. She was
Over
like,
him?
who? Yeah. And it was so
I'm like
funny.
picturing like Monopoly Man.
No, it was. Like, I actually showed Ian because he didn't believe me. I was like, I'm like, Ian, look at the ring. There was a man with circle, like he like had like a monocle, a curly mustache, and was wearing suspenders, delivered these pickles, which just made it better.
That's amazing.
And they were individually wrapped. And he just gave me the pickles. And I was like, thank you, sir. But we have this like screen door that's in between our front door and then the door.
Uh-huh.
The first time that I've ever seen Dorothy do this, and I don't know if it was just the monocle that just like made her just like, what is this?
Yeah.
She like body chucked the screen door open. Like it was it's like a glass, but I didn't even know that she could do that. She just one fist just like popped it open and was like, this guy.
He's not it.
He's not. But anyway, so I ate those pickles probably in like 3 days. So I did not spread them out throughout the week.
Okay.
But love pickles. So I love anything that's like super, super salty. Oh, I went through a craze where I ate martini olives with a spoon. Like I would just eat them.
What are those called?
They're green olives that are like stuffed with peppers.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I ate those with
Do you like those normally?
I mean, I enjoy an olive.
Yeah.
I don't like black olives, but I like the saltiness of green olives.
Yes.
And so I would just eat those with a spoon.
That's so good.
Yeah. And then, but now not so much. I don't really eat those anymore, but I just would eat those. And
Isn't it so funny the things that you're like, oh my gosh.
Phases.
Yeah.
And I also just give in to all of them. Like,
which you should.
Yeah.
I was like craving like citrus.
See, so anything really salty or really sweet. Like I went through a craze where I ate Bahama Bucks, which is like
the shaved ice.
Yeah, like the slushies.
Yeah.
I would get those delivered to our house.
I remember you loved during Valentine's those like
they're like the juju hearts.
Yeah, like the red
and they get stuck in your teeth. That's the best
I can't do it because I'm like, oh.
Yeah. It was basically just trying to find anything that I could eat that like I wouldn't be sick off of.
Yeah.
So I ate a lot of those.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'll get like random things that I'm like, I have to have Indian food, which
yum. Wait, let's go to Indian food.
I know.
Let's go to Bombay House.
Right. My husband
doesn't like Indian
says
food?
that he is not picky.
Yeah.
Is so picky.
Yeah.
And sorry, Ian, but I tell him all the time. He likes like a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like chicken fingers.
Is he like Eric? Eric eats mac and cheese and hot dogs. Like anything like my 5-year-old would eat.
Right.
That's Eric too. But like he doesn't drink water. He only drinks soda.
Ian is like the kind of person that will go to like Cheesecake Factory, which is like a menu of 45 pages, and he'll get the crispy chicken fingers.
Okay.
He did that the other
day. You know what? Respect.
I mean,
the man knows what he likes.
He knows what he likes and he
gets it.
But he does not.
He doesn't.
He doesn't like Indian. Like he'll eat it because of me because he's nice. Yeah. But he's not. Like he's like, please, let's just like stick with the basics, which is like he loves tacos. So
that's Eric. That's his favorite food. Yeah. So
I mean, they're similar. We've already known this. That. But yeah, he just will stick to his basics where he's like, please, like if I want like Thai food and Chinese food in the same week, he's like,
please no.
That's really
well. Let's go to get some chicken tikka masala.
I need to just call you
and coconut shrimp kurma. That sounds so good.
There's the vegan coconut korma from. I don't know if I said that right, but
I don't know how to say it either.
But it's from Bombay House, which they changed their name.
They did?
Yeah. But I don't know what it is.
Let's go, you and I. A date.
Okay. Deal.
Okay. I love that. Yay. Well, what else is going on? Tell me about tell me about some body changes and then about your anatomy scan.
Yeah. So
Like what have been like the biggest things that you've noticed besides like sickness? I think you told me you were having some like round ligament pain. And it's hard to know. Like when you're pregnant, it's like
everything changes.
Yes. Yeah. And you're like, what is this? Is this pregnancy? Is it something else? Like, should I be concerned? Should I not? Like, there's a lot of body changes.
Yeah. I would say in the first couple of weeks and in the first trimester, I got round ligament pain like instantly. And it felt like I was growing. Like, just like it just feels like something is growing in you, which obviously something is growing in you. But
weird. Because I'm just kidding.
But I got like the round ligament pain a lot. I get it every once in a while now. So like I'll just wake up and I'm like, today is a round ligament pain day. Where it just like kind of feels like you.
I feel like it feels like just like muscle,
stretching.
like a pulled muscle or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just can feel it. But I had that a lot. The thing that, and we're all gals here, so I can share.
Oh, you can share anything. Nothing's TMI.
My breasts immediately got bigger.
Jumbo.
Huge. They're huge.
Yeah.
But they are very veiny, which was that, I mean, again, with my first pregnancy, got veiny breasts. Like I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. Like this is
you kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah. My nipples, everyone, they're the size of, they're huge. And I'm like, so here's something too, and you can decide if you want to keep this in. My husband was like, our kid is not going to have trouble finding your breasts for breastfeeding because they are large and they get larger and they get darker.
Yes.
And so that one was, I actually find it funny. I do
too. I'm like, whoa, these don't even look like mine.
We went on vacation with my family. Last week we went to Palm Springs. And I was wearing just like a tank top and my brother, who is gay, he doesn't really have ladies in his life and they're not pregnant. Yeah. So he I was getting in the car and he just looked at me and he goes, those are life-giving. And I was like, well, they are. And they will be soon. They are. Yeah. So so we know that they are going to be hopefully good for breastfeeding if the time comes. But so that was a big change. I have been starting to get like the little spots. Do you know? Like
like melasma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've noticed that I have one here. Other than that, I'm just trying to think. I mean,
just a growing
everything
tummy.
has, I also really had an innie belly button. I don't know if you know this. And it is popping.
Is it? And I think the belly button's so cute when it starts popping.
It's like halfway. Because like, he's like right here. He's starting to grow above my pelvis now. So he's like in my belly button. Yeah. He's just halfway. And then when I eat, like at the end of the night, it's just full.
Isn't it crazy too? Like when you're not like super, super big yet, where it's like you wake up and that like the difference between waking up and going to bed and how much bigger your stomach is.
Yes.
Like it always not freaked me out, but I was always just like, whoa.
Right. It's big. And I don't know, did you ever feel, because I Google everything. Yeah. Because I am
a Googler
and not supposed to be a Googler, but I have a therapist that helps. So that's good. But I Google everything. Yeah. But I was like, is it normal to just feel like your body's stretching and like you get like the tight stomach like at night?
Yes. No, that's normal.
Because you're eating so much. Like I feel like you eat during the day, it just like stretches where I'm like, there is no.
With stretching, do you feel itchy?
Yes.
I was so uncontrollably itchy. Yes. I actually had to go like get tested for
I remember
that.
This. Yes.
I'll probably say it wrong, but like cholestasis.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is so funny. My doctor told me to slather Crisco all over me, not butter flavored.
Didn't you?
And I did it. Yeah. He was like, get a stick of Crisco and like sweatpants. And like I went to bed looking like a greased up, I don't even know. And just like slid into bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So disgusting, but it really helped. And like lotion didn't and oils didn't.
Well, I will say, so I have a hard time with smells, especially
oh my gosh, yeah.
Bloodhound can smell anything. But I love, and I've been using it. I rub it down. I rub it on my boobs, my butt, like everything. It's from Bumpology, I believe.
Bumpology.
It's a bump butter. I'll have to
Yay.
show you. So you
Yeah,
can,
you'll have to show me.
but I love it. It
Okay.
smells like the milk from like Lucky Charms,
Yum.
which like I wouldn't think that I would
Wait,
like
I
that.
think I like
but
it's like
I
very
do.
sweet. I just ate Lucky Charms, so I'm like, I
Yes.
know that smell.
Oh yeah, like every
I think
day.
I'd like that.
Yeah. So it's so good. I will say that I got it from TikTok. Nicole Richie is
I love
pregnant as
TikTok.
well.
Yeah.
And she uses it. And I was like, I'm going to give it a go because I tried another one and I can't remember what it was, but the smell was too strong.
Was that like a oil or a cream?
It was like the body butter.
Okay.
But I mean, they also say that that's just like a crapshoot. They're like, it's genetics, whatever.
Yeah.
But I like to rub it down. It like actually, and I can feel
Like
like
it
it like
soothes
makes
you.
my skin really soft.
Okay.
So
I love that.
I love that one. And then I also use like the body oil, bump oil from Hatch.
Oh, I've heard
I use that
incredible
one
things
too.
about that.
It is expensive.
Yeah.
But it's large. It's like huge.
I think anything goes when you're pregnant. I'm like, you spend the money. Do anything that makes you feel cute. Eat anything that tastes good.
Right.
It's like, you earned this. They
You
say that it's
did.
like running a marathon. Like,
well, it is.
I saw some post that was like, you're like climbing a mountain every day. And I'm like, I said that. So like Utah mountain.
Mountain.
Yeah. So I'm like, treat yourself.
Do what you gotta do. Especially when you don't feel good.
Yeah.
I'm just all about it.
Lean into it.
There are days where you feel fine.
Yeah.
And there are days where you feel like utter, can I swear? Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
You can say that.
You say shit.
Yeah.
You don't feel good.
Yeah.
And you get to do whatever you want to do to make you feel better.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Thank you.
Okay. So in the last little bit, I just want you to tell us about your anatomy scan.
Okay. Anatomy scan was good.
Yeah.
I will say, do what you got to do to make yourself happy.
Yeah.
I was telling you this in the car.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, I had a very big meltdown on my way to my anatomy scan, which is okay. It's okay.
It is totally okay.
So one of the things that people don't really talk about is the allergies too. We were talking about this.
Yes.
You get your nose, just everything
There's
is
like
different.
a name for it and I can't remember what it's called, but it's like you feel like you're just stuffed up for like weeks.
I was going to say rhinoplasty. That is a nose job.
Yeah, that's not it.
So it's not it. But
close. Right.
You with your nose.
Something.
So I have been having that.
Yeah.
I kind of had like a scratchy throat, turned into a cough. I really think it's allergies.
Yeah.
Like
my allergies are terrible right now.
Yeah.
So
like
I bet.
Yeah, running rampant.
Yeah.
So I've like been in like one thing I will say, side note, use the nurse.
Yes.
For your doctor. Call them all the time.
Yeah. And never feel silly about calling them. Like ask them all the questions. That's
all
what they're
the
for.
questions. You can call them all the time. And you're going to feel guilty about it and you're going to feel silly. But they deal with pregnant women all the time.
Yeah, they know. So, don't Google it. Just ask the nurses.
Yeah. If you're questioning it, like to a point where you are stressed, just call the nurse.
Yeah.
They'll answer your questions.
They will.
And they may judge you, but they're not going to tell you.
And like,
and
who
it's
cares?
their job. Yeah. So
it's your time to be, I don't want to say crazy, but like you can like ask all the questions. Do whatever you want.
For certain
anything that makes you feel better.
Right. So you're just going to do it. Anyways, you're going to always want to call them. But so I decided on our way to the anatomy scan yesterday, we had it at like 9:45 in the morning. We were on our way. I've been very anxious about this scan because as you are pregnant, you have like a few scans here and there. The 20-week one, you're halfway.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
They are going to check on everything that baby's doing.
Yeah, because you really don't like until the anatomy scan. Like there's a couple things like with genetic testing and like the other ultrasounds, but really they don't get into it thoroughly until then.
Right. So they're like checking on everything and it feels like you're like going to get a grade for like what's been happening with this baby in your belly that you can't see.
Yeah.
So I've been a little anxious about it.
That's fair.
And adding up to it, counting down the days, like we are ready, we are going. So I decided to call the nurse on my way because I still had a cough. And you also like, I was just for the baby's sake, like I didn't know.
You're being cautious.
Yes, being cautious, always being cautious. I called the nurse and she was like, just go to Instacare. They'll see if they need to put you on an antibiotic. Did go to Instacare, everyone. It's allergies. So I almost called them back after this. But anyway, so I talked to her and I was like, she was like, just go to Instacare. They'll be like, me being me, where you know this, Kate.
Yeah.
I just will just tell you how I'm feeling. Tell you what my day's like.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, cool. Well, we are on our way to the anatomy scan right now. So we'll just go to Instacare after.
Yeah.
Hindsight, probably don't tell her that you don't feel good on your way to the doctor, but whatever. So I get a call back from the receptionist like 2 minutes later. They're like, hey, given the fact that you don't feel good, we can't have you come in. And I was like,
nope.
I lost it.
Yeah.
I start sobbing to this poor woman. I was like, please, anything you can do, like I'll wear a mask. Like, and she just goes, well, let me get the nurse. Like, she's like, this is not anything that I can decide. So the nurse comes back on and I'm just sobbing hysterical. I'm like, I really think it's allergies. I just know my body. I just think that I've tested for COVID, which I did. Like I was testing for COVID. I was taking my temperature. I was making sure everything is okay. Didn't even think about like the fact that I couldn't come in because I didn't have a fever. So I was like, I don't think it's anything.
Yeah.
And she's like mortified. She was like, I'm really sorry I upset you. I was like, it's okay, but please let me come in.
Yeah.
So I wore a mask. Ian wore a mask. The tech wore a mask. Like we all
masked up.
We all masked up so that crazy Kenzie pregnant.
No, not crazy.
Just pregnant.
Yeah.
Hormones just pumping through it.
Yeah.
We all got to go to the anatomy scan.
Good.
So we did. She was like, do you have a mask? I was like, yeah, of course. I have one in my car.
Yeah.
Ian is running through the hospital trying to find masks. Luckily, NICU had masks.
Wait, I'm surprised that they didn't like have masks right when you walk in.
And this is what Ian's trying to say to me as like to calm me down. He's like, couldn't run away from masks at one point. And now can't find them. I'm like, shh, just go find a mask.
Just like, get the mask
run.
And just catch up with me later.
Yeah, just talk to me about it later.
Yeah.
So we found masks. Everything was fine. We did the anatomy scan. It went great. Luckily, very grateful that everything looks really good. He's healthy. He was showing us that he's a boy. Yeah. We got to see everything, and it's a cool experience. It is cool. I will say that a lot of the things that the woman was saying, she'd be like, oh, look at this. And we would just be like, huh, well, yeah, it's beautiful.
I couldn't tell what anything. No. They'll be like, this is like a ventricle. And I'm like, you could show me like a piece of pizza and it would probably look the same.
Yeah. She was like, here's their umbilical cord. Like, we're looking at all of it. Like, I'm like, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
But we did get some cute pictures of him.
You got some cute little profiles.
He's got a nice little button nose. We feel good about it. I mean, we're biased, but
no, he looks really cute.
He's cute.
You also got some of those spooky pictures.
Yes.
Which are like the front skeleton.
I didn't appreciate it.
It is frightening.
I mean, thank you for any picture of him. Yeah. We love it. But she gave us like 3 of the skeleton. I was like,
you're like,
a skeleton.
Whoa. Yeah. I was telling you this in the car, but one of my I was going to call it my old works, my old jobs. One of the people was in a band and I like showed them, I'm like, look how freaky this like anatomy scan picture is. And he was like, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. Like, can I use it for an album cover?
And it's spooky.
It really is.
It would be a great album.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe,
is it metal? What is this band?
Honestly, I don't know. I was just like, sure, do whatever with it, I guess. I'm like, crop out my name and age and whatever.
Any kind of personal information, just cut it out.
Yeah, but I was like, do whatever. But yeah, I love the profiles. I feel like the Skeletor, that's what I call it, Skeletor. Yeah. I feel like the Skeletor pics are like
spooky.
Maybe just don't print those ones out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they seem really happy with it. When they like send you home with that picture,
they're beaming.
Like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Yeah. They also sent us home with one where his mouth was open. Oh, Ian was like, I can't look at that ever.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's a spooky one.
Is it? You'll have to show me that one. I love it.
Because, I mean, their mouth is open, but like they're in fluid. So like it's just kind of a weird thing
it's like
to
not
think
gurgling.
About.
Like, are they like,
I don't know. I don't know if Eric was like this, and this is a tangent, but Ian's a little squeamish.
Okay.
So he's doing well. He's a great husband. He's really hanging in there, but anything like new, he like has to comprehend it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. He'll get there.
He's like, that is
first time.
Yeah, first time. First time
Yeah.
dad. Everybody be nice to him. But he's like, oh, we do that? Cool. Great. Can't wait.
I love him.
yeah.
I love it. Well, good. I'm glad you had a good anatomy scan. I love it. Well, any like last words or anything you want to say?
I would just say, as a first time mom,
Yeah.
and you, like, everyone around me has been wonderful.
Yeah.
But I would just say, give yourself a little grace.
Yeah.
If you're pregnant for the first time, just like, know everything is weird, everything is scary.
Mm-hmm.
And I laugh it off with humor, but there are times where it is dark and I am scared. And the only thing that makes you feel better is by like calling a friend that like has done it before.
Yeah.
Or I have like lots of girlfriends that are just barely had babies like right before me.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And they just have words of wisdom. So
I
just
love that.
know
Reach out
that
to
you're
your
not
community.
alone. Exactly. And call your nurse. Always
Love
just call your
that.
nurse.
I love it. Okay, that's good advice. Well, awesome. Well, in the next couple episodes, we'll be talking with Kenzie, just following along on her pregnancy journey, and it's going to be fun. So thanks everybody for listening.
Thanks.
Bye.